Cheers, welcome back. Today we're exploring the deep sleep state, known in Tantra as Suṣupti-śāntiḥ, and how this ancient understanding can help you reconnect, not by doing more, but by letting go into the peace that's already here. If lately you've been feeling blank, disconnected, or oddly distant from yourself, like you're moving through fog, doing all the right things, but not really feeling any of it, then this video is for you. Because what if that sense of inner absence isn't a failure, but actually the doorway to your deepest rest? And stay with me until the end as I'll share the short story Prem and the Palace of Blank Light, along with a mantra that can help you turn emotional numbness into quiet renewal. Hi, my name is William Pearce, Tantric Conversational Hypnotherapist, helping you rewrite your mind so you can re-engineer your reality. I'll leave more about that over there somewhere. So let's get into it. What is the deep sleep state of consciousness? You're likely aware of the first three states: waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. Now there are two more in tantric teachings, but I'll get into those in subsequent videos. Every night you pass through deep sleep, and that's what we're going to be focusing on today, or Suṣupti-śāntiḥ. That's that stretch of sleep where there are no dreams, no images, no thoughts. From the outside it looks like nothing's happening, but it's the most rejuvenating state that we enter into. Deep sleep is not absence, it's closer to pure subjectivity. It's the self without story, the ocean before the waves. When we experience waking in deep sleep, it's a lingering of consciousness that remains. This is why after a good night's rest, we're able to say things like, I slept well. Even though no one was there to notice it, that's possible because a semblance, a faint trace of awareness remains, awareness without object. And that's what restores us. Humans, we can't survive without deep sleep or meditation, because in both we return to the core of our being, and that's what rejuvenates and refreshes us. And before we go any deeper, let me ask you this. When was the last time you allowed yourself to not know, to rest in uncertainty without trying to fix or define something? You see, so much of our suffering comes from trying to stay awake in every sense, productive, purposeful, just this sense of being on. We're in a time now where there's this constant pressure of needing to achieve, and not really the opportunity to rest. But what if Suṣupti invites us to rest in the mystery, to remember that peace doesn't disappear when awareness dims. It only hides behind the noise of constant doing. That's why this teaching feels so important to me right now. And maybe for you too, especially if you're someone who's lived through a season of burnout, of grief, or just a sense of disconnection. I remember how emotionally flat and disconnected I felt after a very challenging breakup. I was left grief-stricken. I was broken, essentially, and it took me a year to really move through that properly. And it was taking the time for rest that helped me create the spaciousness I needed to let the teachings that I've been studying permeate through all of that challenge, and for me to do the necessary dream yoga that turned things around for me. If you're unaware of dream yoga, I spoke about this on last week's Tantric Reflections video, where we spoke about the dream state of consciousness, and I'm currently writing an entire video about it and how it can help you. Hey buddy, I'll leave a link to last week's video about the dream state there. This is Miko, by the way. So in Tantra, this deep sleep state is so close to the pure self that it's considered a daily glimpse of liberation, let's say. The sages describe it as immersion into the void, but not a void of nothingness, rather a fullness too vast for thought to hold. A fullness too vast for thought to hold. We can't contemplate the immenseness of it. It can't be held in that space. It's beyond the limited perception of the mind. The Spanda says, just as the fire, though hidden, still exists in the wood and does not cease to be even when it is not manifest, so also the pure consciousness is present in the states of waking and dreaming, but becomes unmanifest in deep sleep, and the fourth state appearing as pure consciousness only. So even when awareness seems gone, the self remains hidden, alive, and unburned. So when you feel emotionally blank, it doesn't mean that you've lost your spark. It means that you're returning to the ground where the spark originates, where it's renewed. This is Suṣupti-śāntiḥ, deep sleep, peace. The mantra I'll share with you later, which can help anchor this teaching and integrate its wisdom into the body. Like with dream yoga, when I guide clients through Tantric Conversational Hypnotherapy, we often meet these same inner voids, the moments where words fall away and the mind quietens. It's in that stillness that the subconscious begins to reorganize itself, doesn't it, buddy? Yeah. You could say that the Tantric Conversational Hypnotherapy is kind of like a waking form of deep sleep. It's a conscious drop into the same regenerative stillness that we find when we are in that deep sleep space. Because in this space, the nervous system resets. Old stories lose their weight, and new patterns can finally emerge. So rather than trying to escape the blankness, we can start to learn to enter it with awareness, to feel the peace that's already there. And that's what we can do in dream yoga, and we can bring that level of awareness to it. That's challenging for a lot of us, to have that level, not just of lucidity, this is the start of waking in dreaming, but then to go beyond that and have not just lucidity, but the ability to sit in meditative contemplation within dream. Challenging for us to do, and that's why something like Tantric hypnotherapy allows you to be guided into that so that you can just go along for the ride. And perhaps as you listen, you can allow yourself to just let your shoulders drop a little. Let the breath deepen. Let yourself remember what stillness feels like right here in this moment as you allow the mantra Suṣupti-śāntiḥ to reverberate through you. Deep sleep, peace. As I share this short story of Prem and the palace of blank light, Suṣupti-śāntiḥ. Prem wandered into a palace with no doors. It was vast, echoless. Everything shimmered like moonlight through fog. There were no objects, no colors, no edges, just an immense softness. Prem's thoughts faded. The feelings went quiet, and still they remained. At first, Prem felt unease. Where am I? They wondered. But a voice, not loud, just undeniable, rose from within. You are here, not as a name, not as a shape, but as being itself. Prem sat, and there in the soft light of no thing, they felt a rest that sleep only dreams of, not recovery, but return. When they emerged, the world seemed sharper, sounds clearer, emotions truer, because they'd touched the well beneath the well. Suṣupti-śāntiḥ, deep sleep, peace. So, I'm going to take a moment. Prem's story reminds us that blankness isn't emptiness, it's potential. It's the fervent ground of potentiality, that the peace we long for isn't somewhere else, it's not out there, it's in here. beneath the noise. The deep sleep state is considered sacred precisely because it erases differences. There's no me, there's no you, no striving, no seeking, only being. And perhaps that's why it restores us, because we temporarily stop pretending to be anything else. We're simply just our essence, nature again. So here's a simple way to touch this today. Take 5 minutes to lie down and close your eyes and simply whisper softly, Suṣupti-śāntiḥ, Suṣupti-śāntiḥ. Let the mantra ripple through your breath. Don't let it feel or fix anything. Suṣupti-śāntiḥ. Let the peace of not knowing become your teacher. Let it sit with you. And if you've been feeling absent lately, there's no need to rush to fill the silence. What if the silence was filling you? What if in that silence you found the answers you've been distracting yourself from finding? Because in that space, when we learn to repose, to rest in that stillness, to let go of who we believe ourselves to be, we invite in that divine will, the spark of inspiration, to move us in the direction that we've been desiring. So if you'd like support integrating these teachings, you can join the Aligned Living Collective. It's a space where I share these teachings in more depth, along with my own personal reflections from what's been going on with me during the week and how it's impacted me, plus the supporting integration pack that contains the mantra and a little insight into tantric teachings, plus analysis of the story, and as well as an integration question and an aligned action to support in that integration. Or you can re-engineer your reality and integrate these teachings into your daily life through a Tantric Conversational Hypnotherapy session where we get to dissolve emotional knots and rewrite the stories that have been keeping you small. You'll find links to all of that in the description. Lastly, thank you for joining me today. I'm wishing you a peaceful day ahead, and remember, the divine is not above you, it's within you. You are the dreamer awakening within the dream. Cheers.